Right, now we make a lot of videos on the channel and I kind of wanted to give you guys a bit of an insight because we have some really, really big stuff coming and I will explain. So this is the eTeknix office. I know what you're thinking, we must have more space in this. This is literally the office side of it. So we're currently in a building that we've been in for probably the best part of about 5 years. We started off in one office, then we moved into two, now we have three. This is the office, so this is where I sit, 3 monitors set up. We've got Emma who deals with sort of all of the accounting side of things over here. Jamie, who's actually filming right now, his setup is here, and things are going to change a little bit in terms of his monitor setup and things like that. And then Brandon sits here. Beyond sort of that, benchmarking stuff all happens here because it means that Brandon can just wheel his chair over, I can just wheel my chair over and go from there. But as you can see, the space isn't exactly huge. We are normally tripping over things and stuff like that, but it goes even further because if I take you out here and we walk along into this room, this is the stock room. Now, the stock room actually did have a lot of cases in here. I have managed to move them and you can probably see where this is going. This is the stock room, so we had tons of cases here. We've got motherboards, we've got graphics cards, we've got fans, we've got power supplies, we've got coolers, and even in here you can see, and bearing in mind there was about 60 or 70 cases in here. Again, we were tripping over things. It just wasn't a comfortable situation to be in. But if we go out here, and this is probably the worst part, I would say, this is the studio. Now, the studio does look very, very nice. And what you guys typically see on camera is what we have here. So we've got the shelves and I'm normally behind this desk. We show you what we want to show you, which everything generally looks really, really nice. By the way, we've got an XPG build coming up. Gonna look really, really nice. It is BTF as well. Really sort of, you know, mega parts. We've got a 4090, we've got a 14900K Z790 BTF motherboard. It's gonna be crazy. So this is the setup, but if I can actually get Jamie to sort of look down onto the floor with the camera, you can see there are cables here, there, and everywhere. And as we go round and sort of look at other areas, we're always constantly tripping over things, especially when we have the likes of our camera, which with our camera, obviously it needs to be powered. We've got the Ursa 12K. It does need to be powered, which means we've got one cable coming down here. We've got another cable, which is plugging straight into the bidirectional SDI to HDMI converter, which then has a HDMI cable going out, which then goes to a TV. So there's cables here, there's cables there, and I think I was just getting a bit sick of it. The space was okay, it was good enough for us, but as the team is growing, it has got a little bit kind of out of hand. So that's where I guess the next evolution of eTeknix comes in. And now we have this. Now, I do want to apologize because, well, you can hear there's quite a lot of reverb in here because this space is absolutely huge. So just to give you some context of what we have now and what we're going to have. In terms of square meterage, we've got 74 square meters, which I think is about 800 square foot. And that's between our office, our studio, and also the stock room. Over here, 232 square meters, which is about 2,500 square feet. So let me show you around and kind of give you the idea as to what's going to happen. This is essentially a double unit. So we have this side, but then we also have exactly the same over here. So this is kind of the second side, but it is very open plan, which is what I wanted because the amount of times that we are in the studio or something like that, and we're tripping over cables and trying to clamber over kind of boxes and things like that, it doesn't work to what we need. And there's more people now within the team, so we wanted to expand things. So I've kind of been toying with ideas and things like that. It does need cleaning. I've actually been jet washing today, hence why there's just water on the floor and mud and dirt and stuff. I've been trying to make the outside look as presentable as possible. I'm not going to show you the outside because security reasons and things like that, which that's one thing we do need to do. There is a security system over here, but currently it's not working, so I need to figure out why, but we're probably going to change that to kind of a smart system, something that will come up on my mobile phone and actually tell me if someone's trying to get in the building, that kind of thing, as well as, yeah, CCTV. So we do have these huge, huge roller shutter doors, which just go all the way open. So if we are getting products in, we're not really going to have, you know, too much of an issue there in terms of, you know, getting big items in and things like that. Now, the first plan that I had, and plans do change and they probably will change again, is over here I have marked out very crudely with masking tape kind of shelves. So there'll be a shelf here, there'll be a shelf there, and that will go all the way sort of down towards this back room, which is over here. And as it goes down, it will then turn again. And this will be basically, at least it should be, enough room for all of our stock. So motherboards, graphics cards, cases, it takes up a lot of room. At the moment, we've got about 28 square meters. This is already bigger than that. This was kind of the initial idea. You can see that I have actually marked the tape here instead of up against the wall. And that's purely because we wanted to leave a bit of a void to get rid of that reverb. Audio, as it travels, would actually sort of come over and then go down, and it will be lost behind here. So it should help with the acoustics a little bit. Now, talking about acoustics, another thing we're gonna do, and I do have to give a bit of a shout out to Jay's 2 cents because he's done something very, very similar. I actually believe he's got a space very similar to this in terms of the size. We're gonna get some Foamex boards, put acoustic panels on there, and use like adhesive spray, put that on, and then up here, sort of at the higher points, we'll actually put it on the wall. So we'll kind of have maybe like one over here, leave a gap, maybe one there, and then so forth. So we'll do that up there, and then also we'll do exactly the same on this wall. That should, in theory, get rid of a lot of the kind of reverb in here. It's at the point at the moment, it's not just reverb, there is actually echo, where there's like a delay because it is such a big space. I think it's actually 6.2 meters from the floor to the ceiling at its highest point. So yeah, there's a big thing there. So having the acoustic panels up there is really gonna help. Now, this is the workshop set. So you can see again, I've taped it out and everything. Ignore the back tape, because with this one, we're not actually gonna have a fake wall or anything. If you can imagine like IKEA, how they do like their rooms and stuff like that, we're not actually gonna have a wall here. We are gonna use the exposed block work, because I think for a workshop, it does look industrious. You know, we've got this industrial looking plug, 3-phase power, could be quite handy. So that's gonna be, 415 volt. So that's gonna be really nice. I can actually charge my car off this, which is pretty cool. It does need a little bit of a clean in here. It's, not exactly great. This used to be like a warehouse unit for building structures. So there's gonna be like sawdust and stuff everywhere. But this is gonna be the workshop set. So this is actually a lot bigger than anything we've had before for a studio. The plan beyond that was this was gonna be another set. So we have a dividing wall here. This is another set, just to kind of give you a sense of the scale. And in here, this would be more like a bedroom office type thing. So I'm thinking maybe a PC on a desk up that side, same on this side. And then that way, say we're doing like short form content, got kind of, an area here that I can sit. Then we've got another area over there. We can kind of change things about. Now, one of the biggest struggles that we've got is the stairs. They are probably in the most awkward place you can imagine, right slap bang in the middle of the room. Technically, it could work, but I think we can make the space work more for us. So I've been speaking to some contractors and things like that about actually taking the bottom part of the stairs and moving it over to here. So it will come down from here. That opens up this space for just so much more in terms of what we want to do. But by doing that, the stairs would actually come along here and would join up to these two posts, which is supporting the mezzanine above us, which I will show you in a little bit. So you'd actually have to walk through from this side to go up the stairs. Because of that, I can't put a wall here because there's just not enough room to get by. So we might have to move the initial plan for this set over to where the storage is, and maybe have storage here or a living room sofa. We could still use that for a set, but don't have the wall here. We only have 2 walls instead. Over here, like I say, it does need a clean, so you are gonna see there's flies and spiders and stuff everywhere. I have a gym in my house. Straight away over here, the echo is actually slightly better. I have a gym in my house. My missus hates me having a gym in my house, so I might actually move it here. That way, anyone who works for the team can come in, lift some weight, pump some iron. Yeah, that sort of stuff. Disabled toilet over here, don't need to see that. We have the most random sort of room area I've ever seen. So we're take this wall down, it's just not needed. Obviously stairs are gonna be the other side of it. As we go round, and I'm constantly thinking of ideas, changing ideas and stuff like that. There's not really much to see down here right now. There is a very small kitchenette. There's another disabled toilet. And then there is a room here, which I'm torn with what I'm gonna use it for. I may use it for like server stuff, put the NAS and that in there, ingest system, maybe something like that that's close to the studio, or I may turn it into a quite cool looking staff room, TV up on the wall. sofa bed for when I'm here doing sort of late night benchmarking. I can just come down here, have an hour, go back to testing, that sort of thing. But I'm gonna actually leave it up to Emma, my missus, to really sort of, you know, decorate and stuff. She loves all that kind of stuff. Now, let me show you upstairs, because that will give you a better sense as well as the size of this place and what it actually involves. So upstairs, we've got 50 square meters, which is pretty big, I guess, in the grand scheme of things for what we need as an office. The floor is not great. It's functional for like an industrial unit, which is what this is, but I want to carpet this. I want to make sure that, you know, myself, Jamie, who's holding the camera right now, Brandon, and the rest of the team and that have somewhere that's comfortable to work. So we're going to carpet this whole area. It is pretty large. Not quite sure on the layout of what we're going to do here yet, but Brandon came up with a few little ideas of having, like, you know, Jamie maybe sitting here, editing station, Brandon sort of butted up on the other side. That way we have a huge walkway. Me maybe over there, Emma maybe over there. This isn't probably the most important part. The most important part is getting the stairs moved and the studio, at least one studio set up. Now, with the kind of plans that I have in my head at the moment, we have 3 rooms. I'm gonna give back 2 of those rooms. So one of them is a stock room. We can get the stock moved over. I can give that room up. I'm not paying, you know, anything on that room unnecessarily for it being empty. Get the office moved over, which does involve the carpet. The studio we're gonna keep in the existing building for now, so that we don't have a break in production. Then we can get the set and everything, at least one set, built up here. And then once it's built up, we can move stuff over and there'll be no break in production or anything like that. So if we actually pan around on the camera, you will get a real sense of how big this place is. I mean, you can probably hear it straight away, because yeah, it probably sounds absolutely terrible, like trash, but it gives you an idea as a space, kind of what we're dealing with, what the possibilities are. And, you know, I invite you guys to sort of come up with some ideas. I did toy with the idea of carpeting the whole of the downstairs, but I'm trying to do things on a budget. And again, big shout out to Jay's 2 cents. He's got the same kind of mentality as me, which is if I can do something that's going to cost me, you know, 20% of what it should, but it's going to be like 80% kind of what the outcome would be, I'm all for that. So yeah, really up for ideas if you guys have got any as to what we can do with this space. Carpet downstairs would be lovely, but we're just going to carpet the studio sets and stuff, just to, again, save on money so that we can start getting everything done a lot sooner and things like that. So yeah, there you have it. It's it's a big move. We're having to sign a lease here. We are looking at putting aircon in as well, so a HVAC system, which will do heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, because I've been told it does get hot in here in the summer, it does get cold in the winter, and yeah, I can't have my guys editing videos and stuff absolutely freezing, so that's kind of priority number 1 as well. So yeah, we are going to have to put quite a bit of money behind contractors. There's certain things we can do ourselves, there's certain things that we do need to get people in, like moving the stairs, fitting aircon, and things like that. But yeah, it's an exciting time. It's we've been in our current office, I think, for like 5 years, something like that. We moved in like during COVID. So, but we've just outgrown the space. Hopefully, yeah, the team gets bigger and we can, you know, produce even more content. Everything's going well at the moment. So yeah, we're just going to stick with the formula that we're doing, but on a bigger scale. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. We are going to have a lot more videos like this. So if you do like this type of content, you know, we might do some more like vlog type stuff, but documenting the progress all the way in the process. Make sure you like and subscribe for this video. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.